Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Mayur Uniquoters Ltd Q1FY27 earnings conference call hosted by Monarch Networth Capital Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference has been recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Rahul Dani. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anushka. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Monarch Networth Capital, it's our pleasure to host the senior management of Mayur Uniquoters. On the call today, we have Mr. Arun Vagaria, Executive Director, and Vinod Kumar Sharma, CFO of the company. We will start the call with opening remarks from the management and then move to Q&A. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rahul. Good afternoon, dear investors and analysts. It's a great pleasure to address you as we reflect in the past years and look forward to the future of the company. Your support and trust in Mayur Uniquoters have been instrumental in our success, and we are honored to share with you the performance of Mayur. Thanks for giving your precious time to join Mayur Uniquoters Ltd Q1FY27 conference call. Mayur Uniquoters Ltd, being a market leader in the synthetic leather industry and an organized player, has been able to leverage emerging opportunities and delivered exemplary performance in past years, both in national as well as international business markets. Now, I would like to start with financial highlights for Q1FY27 under review, and we will also reply to your queries after our review of the financial results for the quarter. The company has achieved the revenue from operations on a standalone basis is rupees 247.03 crores, PBT 77.79 crores, and PAT 58.95 crores. In this quarter, the standalone revenue increased by 20%, and PBT and PAT both increased by 41 and 43% on Y-on-Y basis. The revenue from operation on consolidated basis is rupees 269.23 crores, PBT 74.12 crores, and PAT 56.12 crores. In this quarter, the consolidated revenue increased by 25%, and PBT and PAT both increased by 35% and 38% respectively. Further, our endeavor is to make the company as a preferred supplier for the leading OEMs in overseas market, especially the US and European regions. And in this context, we have received some good OEM supply orders from USA, which have already started making good contribution to our export sales revenue and overall business profitability. And this sales growth and increased momentum is expected to continue next 2-3 years. While pursuing our business interest, Mayur Uniquoters has also been endeavoring to fulfill our responsibilities to our society. Under the corporate social responsibilities programs, we have contributed towards regular plantations. Around 50,000 plants already done and have a plan to do it at large scale in coming years. The company has also adopted many happy schools for education of children. The company has worked on education for all and underprivileged children. Various healthcare initiatives, especially child skill development, water for all, sanitation at school area, distribution of books, bags, clothes, etc., and most importantly, family planning and family welfare schemes in nearby villages. The state government has also recognized these initiatives on various platforms. I am thankful to all the investors for their valuable time, to those who became the part of this earnings call. With this positive note, I would like to conclude and request you all to open the forum for questions and answers. Since we have the limited time of 45 minutes for the call, therefore request to please avoid repeated questions. And I'm also giving you the segment breakup. You may note down. Export General 30.24, Export OEM 73.56, total exports is 103.80 CR, Auto OEM domestic 56.08, replacement 36.52, footwear 41.16, furnishing 6.08, and others 3.38, and total domestic sale is 143.23. Total is 247.03. Over to you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Moving further, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all the participants, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We take the first question from the line of Shubham Jain from NV Alpha Fund. Please proceed.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I hope I'm audible. My first question was the growth that we have shown in this quarter of 25%. How much of that was driven by volume and how much of that was driven by realization?
The growth is driven by the volume is around 2%, and remaining growth has come from price part.
Okay. And this realization increase is because of raw material price increase, or is this because of mix change?
So it's a mix.
Mix change.
It's a mix because not only raw material prices, it is because our export business has grown, so it's a higher price item. So that's the reason for the growth.
Understood. My second question was on, we were going to expand another line in our existing facility, and we were evaluating a greenfield expansion as well. So what's the current plan in terms of expansion, and what is the CapEx plan that we're planning to do over the next 1 to 3 years?
So we have already intimated in the last call also, so we have already ordered a line for our expansion in our current premises. So we should be able to start our production by towards the end of this financial year, somewhere between February, March 2027. So we'll have an additional production capacity of 5 lakh meters. So we are looking at 2 more expansions, but that is not finalized till now. One may be outside India, and one may be in India, but that is India will take a longer time because we have already expanding our operations over here. So if we go outside India, we are still evaluating where we want to put. We have not taken a final call on that. Once we take the final call, we'll let you know.
Understood. So just a follow-up on this. We've been speaking about this international expansion for a while. But
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Shubham.
Ma'am, it's a follow-up question on the previous question itself.
Okay, I'll just tell you because see, there's a lot of volatility in the market. We are still getting business with the current setup right now. We definitely need to put more plants somewhere outside India. But because of all this Trump tariffs, the West Asia war, or multiple things happening in the last few years, we have not taken a final call which should be the ideal location to put our plants. So it could be in Mexico, it could be in US, it could be in some other NAFTA areas. We are still considering various options, but there's so much of volatility in the market, so it's not easy to decide where exactly we should put the plant right now.
Understood. And based on the expansions that we have already done, what is the peak revenue that we can do as per realizations today?
So the expansion that is by adding one more line?
Yes.
So just simple, like if you just add 5 lakh meters into 300 rupees a linear meter average price, so it will just give you it's around 150 crores more per year.
Yes.
Per year annually. Then we have some capacity in our additional facility also. So maybe an additional of 300 crores to 400 crores. But it depends also a lot on the product mix. So like are we expanding more on the export front, or are we expanding more on the domestic front? But anywhere between 250 to 400 crores could be a figure that you can see depending on the product mix.
Understood. Thank you so much. I'll get back into you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Molecule Ventures. Please proceed.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations on a good set of numbers yet again. First I wanted to ask you regarding the volume mix that we have mentioned, the export mix, sorry. So can you just repeat that if it's possible? What was the export percent?
All the numbers or only export and domestic?
Yes, export and domestic.
In total? Export total
Yes,
was
total.
export is 103.80 crore and domestic is 143.23 crores.
Okay. Sir, a follow-up regarding this export. So in the last call we mentioned that it has the margin expansion is primarily because of value-added mix and the growth coming from the export market, and a sustainable number would be between 25 to 30%. So what was the reason that sequentially we basically did not continue with the same trend on the margin? And going forward, what is our outlook on the export market?
No, this margin is actually we told you earlier also in our previous con call. This margin, our sustainable margin will be 25 or plus 1 or 2%. But last quarter it was abnormally high because of foreign exchange abnormally high increase in foreign exchange rates. So that was one-time increase basically. But this present quarter's margin will be sustainable and expected to continue.
Okay. Sir, any reason for just 2% volume growth? Currently, what is the capacity utilization of our existing capacity?
So we are utilizing somewhere between 75 to 78%.
Okay. And how much would this 5 lakh meter attribute to in terms of capacity addition?
I just told you the figures just 2 minutes back. So basically, so we have an installed capacity of 3.5 million. So it will be like, for PVC I'm talking about, so it will be 4 million meters per month basically. But it depends again on the product mix. So if we are making more products based on less thickness, like maybe 0.8 mm, it could be 4.1, and if we are making more thicker products, it could be 3.8. So capacity also depends on whatever product we make, but you can say somewhere between 3.5 to 4.2 million meters per month.
Why I'm trying to understand this, sir?
Sorry to interrupt, Ms. Saloni.
This is the last question from mine, ma'am. So what I'm trying to understand, sir, is because we're already operating at 75-80% capacity utilization, and the 50 crore additional line won't basically move that much. It's just the major capex that we've been planning for a long time now, which again, as you mentioned, we are still evaluating. So I just wanted to understand your perspective on the next leg of growth. So how much time would you think will it take for us to finalize on the timeline and, start with the major capex?
We have already said that you can expect a top line growth of between 10 to 12% for the next 3 years. This is what we can say currently right now, and this we have mentioned very clearly on this thing. So anywhere between 10 to 15% growth, because certain things sometimes you plan and it's not in your hands. So anywhere between 10 to 15% growth. We are not looking very strong growth in the domestic market, but yes, we are looking at a very strong growth in the export market.
Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. We take the next question from the line of Viraj Kacharia from SIMPL. Please proceed.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity and congratulations on good set of numbers. 2 questions, sir. One is, if when you say 2% volume growth in the quarter, exports for us would have seen a higher volume growth. So that would mean that the domestic piece would have degrown. And if you see the market, especially auto, production itself has been upwards of 18-20% year-on-year.
Okay, that is not necessarily true. Excepting domestic footwear market, we have had a degrowth in the last quarter. I think so we have, if you compare YOY from last quarter to this year's quarter, I think so we have grown on the domestic front also. And there's a degrowth in the export OEM market because the shipments will start going more from this quarter onwards. So it's not that there's a decrease in the domestic market and increase more in the export market. Exactly, you can say how much is the value, you can say what is the difference.
I mean, if you can just give volume growth for domestic and export.
Volume growth for domestic and export is in total. Export is 9.9 plus is the growth rate, and 1% is domestic growth rate. Overall 2.77, around 3%. You can take it.
Yeah. So my point is, in domestic, we have just had a flat growth when the auto production numbers have seen a very healthy growth.
Yeah, but again, you have some markets perform well, has performed well in the last quarter. Some markets have not performed very well. So specifically a footwear business, because you have to understand the price of raw materials for footwear, not only the PVC prices, their sold prices increased drastically it went up to almost like 2 times, 3 times last year, in the last quarter. So obviously the market was muted in the footwear segment.
Okay. Second question is, sir, see, if you look at our overall volume growth which you shared, export has grown by 9%, and typically that is also where you have the highest margin. But if you look on a EBITDA or a gross margin basis, we have seen some moderation. I understand last quarter is not a true benchmark to look at. But given the increase in mix, one would see probably. So was there any under recovery of raw material which needs to be passed on to the customer? I'm just trying to understand. Yeah.
Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes for strategic reasons, you don't increase the price for some customers, not for all customers. So obviously there was an increase in the raw material prices which started happening in the month of March. And the market has been very volatile since then. The prices went up very sharply. Then there was a fall in prices of some raw materials. Then again the prices went up again. So it's been a very volatile situation. So it's very difficult to predict situations which is out of our control. So it's something that no one can predict. No one knows what will happen with the West Asia war tomorrow. Things look very stable right now. So obviously whatever projections we give based on our normal market situations. Certain situations are not in the control which we cannot predict right now.
No, I completely agree with you, sir. I was just trying to understand if at all there was an under recovery or not. I understand the environment we are in is very volatile. Last question.
Just मैं एक चीज बोलूंगा. Last quarter, एक quarter का profit ऊपर नीचे. We are just giving a picture on the long-term prospect of the company. We are not commenting what is happening in the next quarter, what happened in the last quarter, or what will happen in the quarter after that. Whatever we are talking about right now, we are talking about the long-term prospect of the company. So last time भी हमने बोला था quarter to quarter आप लोग कोई भी चीज analysis मत करिएगा. हमारे projection के basis पे yearly under normal situation really इतना growth आ जाना चाहिए और इतना margins आ जाना चाहिए. वो plus minus 1 or 2% हो सकता है
quarter to quarter.
But इसमें खाली एक ही चीज है, there are certain market situation अगर बहुत volatile हो गया वो हमारे control के बाहर का चीज है.
Got it.
But we are very confident कि whatever we are saying we should be able to achieve.
Understood. And last question, sir.
Mr. Viraj, I would request you to join back the queue, as there are several participants waiting for their turn.
Sure. Thank you.
We take the next question from the line of Kiran from Table Tree. Please proceed.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. Couple of questions, sir. Our exports OEM last year same quarter, like Q1 FY26, was 53 crore. This year we did 74 crore, which is a 39%-40% increase in the export OEM space, which is fantastic growth when you compare the same quarters. So sir, इतना jump होने के बाद 40% of export OEM growth होने के बाद gross margin थोड़ा भी improve नहीं हुआ है. तो ये is it like I mean even accounting for raw material price increases, is there anything where we are facing pricing pressure on export OEM market?
तो दो पार्ट है इसमें एक्चुअली. एक तो उस गल्फ वॉर की वजह से जो हुआ ये प्रॉब्लम, उसकी वजह से आपका प्राइस में इम्पैक्ट आया था इन Q1. एंड सेकेंडली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वॉर द शिपमेंट्स कॉस्ट हैव आल्सो इंक्रीज्ड.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Four times higher the shipment cost was increased.
See, ऐसा है sometimes in export OEM market खाली एक क्वार्टर के बेसिस में आप जाके कस्टमर से प्राइस इंक्रीज नहीं मांग सकते हो ना. You have to see how the market, because see the war started, then the war died down also. We initiated requesting for a price increase, the crude prices started coming down. Everyone thought कि वो सब स्टेबलाइज हो जाएगा, सब चीज वापस नीचे आ जाएगी. तो हमने जो प्रेशर देना चालू किया था वो होल्ड कर दिया, वापस प्राइसेस बढ़ने चालू हो गए, which was very unexpected. So obviously we have not taken a price increase in the export market, but इसमें एक चीज आपको और देखना पड़ेगा, 10% का तो मोटा मोटी नेचुरल हेज ही हो गया है ना. आज अगर मुझे कोई मटेरियल में $8 पे एग्जाम्पल बेच रहा था मैं, और मुझे 85 या 86 का रियलाइजेशन हो रहा था, तो 94 होने से तो मुझे 10% का तो नेचुरल हेज मिल गया मेरे को. ठीक है, माई रॉ मटेरियल प्राइसेस वेंट अप बियॉन्ड दैट ऑल्सो, बट we had requested, but we had not pushed because बीच में एक बार ऐसा लग गया prices started coming down also very fast. So we have not taken any increase from my customer in the export market right now. I mean in OEM export market at least for the time being.
Got it, sir. That is very helpful. Thank you so much. Second question, sir. Our other expenses quarter on quarter, like March quarter to this quarter, 9 crore बढ़ा है. तो ये is it a combination of forex losses and shipping or only shipping?
No, it's a mixed reasons. Some shipping cost, I already told you, shipping cost increased in this last quarter 4 times, okay, for the export. And some traveling cost and other service cost, legal and professionals, etc., which we have incurred on that account. That expenses have increased in this quarter.
Got it. So this will be a recurring expense, right, sir? Because freight cost has been elevated for a substantial number of months.
No, we cannot say that this will be continued. But since the war situation will be improved, then definitely the freight charges may come down.
Got it, sir. Got it. 9 crore में 5-6 crore. So
sorry to interrupt, Mr. Kiran. I would request you to join back the queue.
Sure, madam. I mean, that was just a clarification, but yeah, fine. Management
Majorly because of this freight increase, and remaining is some service providers cost and this one traveling and risk coverage cost. That is yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. We take the next question from the line of Aman Soni from 7 Alpha Investors Private Limited. Please proceed.
Hello. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
So because of the recent FTA signed by India, how do you see our business from leather segment to shape up over the years? Maybe in next 2 to 3 years, how do you see growth coming in?
I think it's a very positive move for India. Definitely will be more effective in terms of cost. The sentiments of the customers to procure from India will definitely increase. So, and definitely both, especially in the Europe market, में काफी अच्छा sentiments आ रहा है. Maybe customers might think of buying from India, which they were avoiding because of their de-risking policies. So it's a very positive sentiment. Cannot comment कि उससे business कितना बढ़ेगा right now, but yeah, a very
Sir, can you please spend some time on explaining the current competitive landscape in the industry, because we are seeing that automotive seating is getting traction. For example, recently, Minda announced their entry in high-value automotive seating systems, as near players are entering. Demand for synthetic leather will increase, and so does the attraction for near players to enter in this space? Are you able to see that happen?
Okay, so ऐसा है, I told you our main area of degrowth in the domestic market has been footwear only. Definitely we are getting more business from the automotive OEMs also, and the business is not dependent on Uno Minda. The business is dependent by the OEM. So on which business model you get the business. So basically a tier 1 could be Uno Minda, but Uno Minda has gone into two-wheeler seats right now because they had taken the plant, they had purchased the plant from Harita, I think so 4 years back or 3 years back. So we are already a supplier to them. They are also entering the 4 segment market, but depends on which platform they get the business and which platform the Mayur gets business. So the business is driven by the automotive. Nevertheless, our main four-wheeler business which we are lacking right now is volumes from Tata and volumes from Mahindra. So our business from Mahindra will be increasing in the coming years. Tata, we are still in a very initial stage right now. Definitely we should get some business, but which platform is very difficult to comment at this moment.
The line for the participant has been dropped. We'll just proceed with the next participant. We take the next question from the line of Raman KV from Sequent Investments. Please proceed.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Two things. One, if you can, our US OEM business has been clocking around 80-90 crores from per quarter for last, I think, 3 quarters. So one is with respect to the growth of this particular business, or what's your growth outlook? And from the growth perspective, are you expecting to increase your wallet share, or are you planning to increase your volume in terms of getting more orders from the US OEM clients with respect to US OEM business? And if we can also provide US OEM order book or a ballpark figure on that. That's my first question. I'll ask the second question later.
सर वो तो हमने पहले बता चुका है कि हमारा यूएस का बिजनेस बढ़ेगा, and in next 3 years the business will almost be, if not double, at least 60-70% बढ़ेगा हमारा यूएस का बिजनेस, है ना, in terms of US automotive. So we our share of business in Ford was very less, so we have got good orders from Ford, and the business will increase with Ford also and in Chrysler also. So US automotive, the business will increase. The Europe automotive sector, we have business in South Africa, both for BMW and Mercedes. We are definitely trying with other automotive customers also. But जब तक proper headwinds नहीं होता है, I don't want to comment on those business right now. Thirdly, for their supply in Europe, we are participating in RFQs, but we lost some RFQs in the past. More RFQs are coming in the near future. Until the business is awarded, I cannot comment on those things again.
So ये आपने जो 60% ग्रोथ बोला है, वो क्या प्रोडक्ट एक्सपेंशन से आएगा कि क्लाइंट एक्सपेंशन से आएगा कि इधर वॉलेट एक्सपेंशन से आएगा, वो मैं पूछ रहा था.
ओके, सो 60% नहीं बोला मैंने, बोला कि लास्ट नेक्स्ट, हाँ ठीक है, चलिए आप वैसे देखेंगे तो मैं फ्लैट 60% ईयर 60% नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं, टोटल ग्रोथ बात कर रहा हूँ मैं ना. बट एनीवेज, सो करंट क्लाइंट के बिजनेस से एक्सपेंशन आएगा, मतलब बिजनेस शेयर बहुत कम था, वो बिजनेस बढ़ने से आएगा वो. एंड बाकी वी आर ऑलवेज टॉकिंग टू अदर कस्टमर्स ऑल्सो, बट it's no point commenting until कोई strong headwind हो जाए उनके पास.
If that comes, then that will be extra.
Sorry, I couldn't hear the last part.
We are expecting the growth based on the existing customers. Okay.
The increase in the wallet share of existing customers, basically.
Yes.
And if we are also talking to other OEMs, but it's very initial stages, so very difficult to comment कि next 3 साल में कोई extra business मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. अगर मिलेगा तो वो extra होगा वो.
Okay, sir. And so my second question is, you mentioned that there was a raw material cost inflation as well as the logistic costs have doubled, almost grown 4x. Have you taken any definitive price hike towards the tail end of this quarter or start of Q2?
नहीं, देखिए स्पेसिफिकली यूएस का बात कर रहे हैं. मैंने लास्ट क्वेश्चन में भी बोला था, हमने प्राइस इंक्रीज के लिए मेल डाला था, बट देन द मार्केट स्टार्टेड सॉफ्टनिंग, सो वी डिडंट परस्यू दोस थिंग्स राइट नाउ. तो मेल गया हुआ, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पुश नहीं किया है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू सी लॉन्ग टर्म में कैसा हो रहा है, बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजिक रीजन खाली प्राइस पुश करके फायदा नहीं होता है. तो वी आर इफ द मार्केट इज स्टेबलाइजिंग. तो करेंटली अगर यूएस मार्केट का बात करेंगे तो हम लोगों ने प्राइस इंक्रीज नहीं लिया है अभी.
तो वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपका भी लेने का प्लान है क्या?
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट रमन.
मैं आंसर कर देता हूँ, कोशिश करेंगे, पुश नहीं करेंगे अभी, बिकॉज द मार्केट इज अगेन सॉफ्टनिंग डाउन. वी सी हाउ द मार्केट बिहेव्स. 10% ऑलरेडी प्राइस इंक्रीज मिल चुका है ना इन टर्म्स ऑफ डॉलर रेट. तो अभी वो पुश करना है कि कितना पुश करना है वो डिपेंड करता है कि मार्केट नेक्स्ट 2-3 वीक में कैसे प्ले आउट करता है, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा.
अंडरस्टूड सर. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Ashwini Damini from Ratnavali. Please proceed.
So most of my questions have been answered already, but just to confirm, you mentioned that the 9 crore expense, how much of it can we assume to recur next quarter, and how much is non-recurring?
पैसा ब्रेकअप अभी हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, थोड़ा डिटेल में जाकर उसका आंसर दे पाएंगे. वी डोंट हैव द एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स फॉर दोस थिंग्स. आपके पास है क्या?
Sure, sir. Other questions have been answered.
You are comparing 9 crore increase from last quarter to June quarter, right?
Yes, sir. So I found it, I mean, this is between standalone and...
I think your comparison is not correct. Basically, in March quarter, there was I think, increase in revenue also. So you have to reduce the increase percentage, and then you should compare. And the majorly the difference is because of, I told you now, the difference is because of increase in logistic cost, majorly on account of export and service cost and risk coverage cost, which we incurred for the current quarter.
This difference is also in your standalone versus consolidated results, similar 8-9 crores. So is this expense relating to some subsidiary?
Yeah, some part is relating to subsidy, and major part is for the annual only.
So this will continue to recur?
Partly will continue, and partly will, I think, coming down.
Sure. Thank you, sir. That is all. All other questions have been answered.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Ravi Naredi from Naredi Investment. Please proceed.
Sir, what is our capex plan for financial year 27 and 28?
Around 50 crore.
In both the year together, right?
Both which? Only 26, 27, I told you, for the financial year.
26, 27. And 27, 28, anything we have planned?
27, 28 का भी exact figure नहीं बोल सकते. Depends if we have taken a final call on putting up a new facility somewhere. So अगर वो होता है तो उसके बाद 2 साल में समझ लीजिए आपका 250 करोड़ का कैपेक्स होगा. बट अभी हाँ एडिशनल होगा, बट अभी फाइनल कॉल लेने के बाद ही बता सकते हैं उसको.
अभी तो श्योर है, we are telling that number.
Okay. Sir, how is Sureshji Podar health, and he is managing everything well?
हाँ, मैंने अभी थोड़ा मैंने उनके थोड़ा सा कैसे बताओ, थोड़ा इन्फेक्शन हो गया था, तो ऑब्वियसली इज मैनेजिंग एवरीथिंग वेल। हाँ, बट अभी थोड़ा बात करने में मैंने कॉन कॉल में बात करने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है उनको थोड़ा सा।
Okay. And any MD, full-time
Sorry to
MD we are...
interrupt, Mr. Ravi. The participant is out of queue. We'll take the next question from the line of Madhur Rathi from Countercyclical Investments. Please proceed.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I just wanted to understand that how is the raw material pricing currently versus what it was in Q1, and can we expect a gross margin improvement at least Q-on-Q basis even without the price hike?
See, raw material prices based on Q1, some items थोड़ा prices soft हुआ है, then वापस बढ़ गया था, तो market is volatile. I will say it's little softer, but it's still expensive than what it was in the month of March, beginning of March or end of February.
Right. So when will we decide if we would like to go and ask our customers for a price hike?
No, I'm sorry. I think so. We are taking price hike for every customer. खाली स्पेसिफिकली यूएस एक्सपोर्ट ओईएम मार्केट का बात कर रहे थे हम लोग कि हमने ऑलरेडी उनको भी मेल्स डाल चुके हैं, प्राइस हाइक का रिक्वेस्ट कर चुके हैं, बट बहुत पुश नहीं किया हमने अभी, बिकॉज बीच में क्या हो गया था, 15-20 दिन ऐसा टाइम या महीना भर ऐसा टाइम आ गया था वेयर प्राइसेस स्टार्टेड softening very fast, and we already had an advantage of US dollar appreciation. तो फिर बहुत ज्यादा पुश करने का लगा जरूरत नहीं है अभी, but again the situation changed back 2 weeks back, so again we have sent a request mail, but हाँ बहुत aggressive, एक तो बहुत aggressive push कर रहे, वो नहीं किया हमने अभी तक.
Right. और सर जस्ट एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहिए था सर, द यूएस कस्टमर्स जिनके साथ हम वॉलेट शेयर गेन्स एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, सर so is it, are we replacing some existing vendor, और जो इंक्रीमेंटल ग्रोथ आएगा उसमें हमारा शेयर काफी ज्यादा रहेगा?
नहीं, दोनों चीज हो रहा है.
ओके, दोनों चीज हो रहा है. ठीक है सर. सर ठीक है, दैट वाज फ्रॉम माइंड. थैंक यू सो मच एंड ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Shreyans Gandhi from SG Securities. Please proceed.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Sir, मेरा एक question था. So, just wanted to understand the rationale of putting up an international plant. So, in the previous quarters, you mentioned that the cost for putting up that plant is also higher. So, just wanted to understand what is the benefit of us getting.
Market is very uncertain, okay? And a lot of automotive companies, they think of de-risking the business also. So, आज इंडिया से हम लोग एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल ऑफ ग्रोथ ही एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं, बट सम कस्टमर्स वांट देयर सप्लायर्स टू बी नियर देम. सो इफ वी डोंट पुट अप अ प्लांट नियर देम, सो बिजनेस लॉन्ग टर्म में मे बी बहुत इफेक्टिव नहीं रहेगा, बिकॉज दे वुड लाइक टू डिरिस्क देयर बिजनेस.
ओके,
आप लास्ट 10 साल से देखिए ना क्या हो रहा है वर्ल्ड में. कोविड आ गया, यूक्रेन वॉर हो गया, अच्छा फिर उसके बाद ये वेस्ट एशिया वॉर हो गया, शिपिंग लाइंस डिस्टर्बेंस इतना ज्यादा हाई हो गया. तो ठीक है, वी हैव बीन एबल टू मेंटेन आवर स्टॉक्स, वी हैव नेवर डिस्टर्बेड द सप्लाईज, द ओईएम्स आर वेरी हैप्पी विद अस, बट नॉट ऑल ऑटोमोटिव कंपनीज वुड लाइक टू वर्क विद अ कंपनी बेस्ड आउट ऑफ इंडिया. And secondly, number one, if you become a global player also, your image in front of the automotive companies also changes a lot. आप खाली बोलते हैं आप इंडिया में प्लांट लगा के बैठे और आप बोलते हैं आपका मल्टीपल लोकेशन पे प्लांट है. The way your brand also builds makes a lot of difference in the eye of the automotive customer. Automotive, any customer.
Got it. The second question was on the domestic plant.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Shreyas. Could you please join back the queue? As there are several participants waiting for their turn.
Yeah, just one question I had on the PU plant repurposing. So,
आपके PU plant में बोल देता हूँ पहले. अभी PU plant there is no major change what we had discussed in the last quarter. अभी भी struggle है वहाँ पर, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, but there is no major change.
तो PVC के लिए repurpose कर सकते हैं या you are looking for a new plant only because that has not revived?
नहीं कर सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, बट अभी एग्जिस्टिंग में तो भी ऑलरेडी जगह है, जरूरत पड़ा तो कर सकते हैं डेफिनेटली.
Okay.
भाई
Thank you. That's all
माइनर
from me.
चेंजेस करना पड़ेगा और पॉसिबल है करना.
Okay. Got it. All right. That's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, please limit your questions to one per participant. We take the next question from the line of Avinish Chandra from SMIFS. Please proceed.
Congratulations, management, on a continuation of good performance. So just one question on the margin front. You have already talked about a lot of things. In this quarter, we have very high RM, we have freight issues, related cost, and then we could not take any price hike in export OEM market. Still, we had 25% plus margins. Should we take this margin as a base margin, and anything positive happens will give us better margin in subsequent quarters?
Yeah, obviously.
भाई ऐसा देखिए ना, आप लोगों को ये बोला हुआ है कि आप लोग अपना एनालिस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, कंपनी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, मार्जिन जो अभी हमारा आ रहा है उसको मान के चलिए, जो एक्स्ट्रा होगा उसको बोनस पकड़ के चलिए आप लोग.
ओके सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच.
दो चीज है, अभी अरुण सर ने बोला ही है आपको कि ये हमारा रहता है और हमारा तो हमेशा एफर्ट रहता है कि इससे बेस्ट करें, इससे बेटर करें. ठीक है, तो वो हमेशा रहता है. दूसरा क्या है, आपको ईयरली मार्जिन देखने चाहिए, क्योंकि क्वार्टर टू क्वार्टर ये इस तरह की सिचुएशन आती रहती है तो ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है. ठीक है, अभी जैसे आपका फ्रेट वाला पोर्शन हो गया, देन कुछ और हो गया, देन रॉ मटेरियल के प्राइसेस में थोड़ा अप एंड डाउन हो जाता है. तो ये इट विल कीप गोइंग अप एंड डाउन. बट ओवरऑल ईयर एंड वाला जो मार्जिन है, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेंटेन दैट मार्जिन.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the last question from the Saloni from Molecule Ventures. Please proceed.
Just a bookkeeping question, sir. So, we mentioned our sales volume of around 31 million meters in last year, FY26. So our capacity is 48 million, right? So that gives us an average utilization of 65%. So there is still legroom from the existing capacity as well, right?
Figures आपके पास. So there are two capacities we should talk about. One is PVC capacity. So our PVC capacity is between 3.5 to 3.7 million meters, depending on the product mix a lot, because some product has a faster line speed, some product has a slower line speed. And we are making around 2.7 to 2.8 million meters. So if we divide 2.7, also divide by 3.5. So we are already using 75 to 78% of our capacity right now. By adding one more line, so our capacity will go up to 4 million or 4.2 again, depending on the product mix. But if I say 4 million also, and based on the current capacity utilization, it will be 65-66% capacity. So we have a headroom to expand to 25-30% more capacity, and this is with the existing facility. But definitely, we have not taken a call. We would expand in some other location also. Not decided. मतलब वो इंडिया के बाहर पहले करेंगे तो पहले इंडिया के बाहर ही करेंगे, दोनों जगह एक साथ नहीं करेंगे. But once we take a call, then only I can comment on those things.
Sure, sir, sure.
We will not lose business because our capacity will not be a constraint for our business expansion. ये बोल सकता हूँ मैं खाली आपको.
Sure, sir. Sir, एक PU plant से just एक update लेना था. If we could basically get a sense कि अभी at current rate is it loss making? And if yes, then what is our strategy going forward for this plant, as we have seen basically no improvement for a long time?
Yes, so we are underutilizing our capacity. There has been no change since last quarter in the last 3 months, largely because of very volatile market situation. The cost of PU specifically, both as an upper material and both as a sole material, the bottom part of the footwear. तो दोनों के prices बहुत fast expand कर गए थे, तो बहुत low response रहा. PU, there is a lot of intense competition from China for sure. So there are two options. Obviously, I have told in the past also that we are talking at two brands, but sampling भी हो रही है, but अभी तक कोई business confirm नहीं हुआ. That is one strategy. We are not focusing too much on PU in the export market right now because we thought it would be very tough to sell against China. But we are working on how we can capture some market in export. It will take time, so let us see this financial year, at least I cannot give you a very strong recommendation for PU plant at the moment.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraints, we take that as the last question for the day and would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you all the participants who have participated and spent their valuable time for attending this call of Mayur for Q1FY27. And as we already told you that management is trying their hard and best to achieve the expected results and informed results, and definitely we will try to maintain the margin which we have given you in our previous quarter and this quarter. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for participating. I know because of limited time we cannot fulfill every questions of every participant. I hope there was some clarity on the direction in which the company is moving, and just thank you for participating. If you have any other specific question, please you can contact the CFO directly or company secretary directly, and we will be happy to help you in clarifying any other doubts you might have. The prospect of the company overall looks good for the coming 3 years at least. Let's see what we can do, and wish us luck also and wish you luck also. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Monarch Net Worth Capital Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you so much.